Hey, and howdy, and hi, welcome back to another video. Thanks for dropping by. It has been a while. It's been, since July? Maybe? Well, it's been a bit, sorry about that. I still have college, so that's a thing in my life that is still existing, unfortunately. But hey, I'm almost done, so hopefully I'll have more free time soon in the future to give you more content. But for now, I'm going to be dropping by every now and then with a new video as much as I can as the new semester is starting. But for now, it's time for you guys to know about my latest re-hyperfixation. And I add re because it used to be a hyperfixation, and now it's come back from the dead, quite literally. For this video, I'm talking about Monster High. Recently, Monster High has been starting to get a bit of, I don't want to say popularity necessarily, maybe, but more of like infamy, in more better terms, for their recent leaks regarding their Generation 3 live-action movie and Generation 3 redesigns for the new wave of dolls. Now, if you don't know what Monster High is basically this fashion doll line that came out in 2010, with each of the dolls being a child of a famous monster. Now, the dolls kind of had this flack for being very edgy, and a lot of parents weren't really cool with it because they kind of thought it would make their kids, like, I don't know, dress all weird and stuff. It just had a lot of flack to it. But then again, a lot of fashion dolls have a lot of flack to them. I mean, it was the same thing with Bratz. Bratz used to be the edgy doll on the market before Monster High came out. But either way, it's this fashion doll line that came out a long time ago. I grew up with these dolls as well. I had some of these dolls. I think my first one was either the Escape from Skull Shore's Frankie doll or the Gloom Beach Dracula doll. But that's off the topic. Right now, what I'm talking about for this video is that I will be redesigning these designs for these characters, because I am in the same camp for the people who think that the new designs aren't great. Now, what I mean by that is, in my humble opinion, the live-action designs are horrifically boring and the doll designs are okay at best. The live-action designs are not designs you would expect for a movie based on a fashion doll line, is what I mean. And for the new doll designs, it's a step up, but not enough. And hopefully throughout the video I can explain what I mean. I will be redesigning 4 of the main characters. I will be redesigning Frankie Stein, Dracula, Claudine Wolf, and Laguna Blue. I have so many gripes with these designs, so this is basically going to be just 20 minutes of me ranting about why these designs are not it. Now, don't get me wrong, you are not awful for loving or hating these designs. It is all just opinion. Myself personally, I don't like them. I think they're boring. And they don't really capture what made the characters so great in the first place. Other people actually kind of like the designs. And you know what? I don't blame it on them. Everyone has their own tastes, and you know, obviously the new dolls were designed for a new demographic because they even changed the iconic art style. But whatever. But yeah, other than that, let's start getting into it. Of course, we're starting off with Little Miss Frankie Stein. Although I will be using their new pronouns because in the new generation, Frankie is now confirmed non-binary, so I will be using they, them instead of she, her, as kind of to adjust to that. But that's one of the cool things that they did with the new design. They actually added a bit to Frankie's character, because Frankie's whole character is that they're figuring themselves out because they're just 15 days old. As the child of Frankenstein, Frankie is kind of the main character, especially of the web series as well, who you kind of follow on her journey to figure herself out and make some new friends. For Frankie, I kept the design relatively simple because I wanted to lean into that angle of them not knowing who they are and developing their sense of style along with their own character. I kind of had a lot of what ifs to this kind of design. I really wanted to figure out what if this design changed over time as Frankie kind of started figuring themselves out and started making friends with new characters? Because one of the core kind of color schemes for Frankie is CMYK. So you'll see Frankie's designs usually do kind of a black and white with pops of blue, yellow, and pink. And I thought, wouldn't it be really cool for the Frankie doll if the first Frankie doll had kind of mostly blue and then added yellow and pink when they meet Dracula and Claudine, because pink and yellow are kind of their colors. But I digress. That's more like what ifs, and those are for like future designs if I wanted to actually design doll ideas. But I didn't design these following doll logic, because I don't know what goes into making dolls, or how the rules. I don't know. I don't know about the doll industry enough to kind of design based off of that. But I did try to keep it as simple as I could while referencing the previous and the future designs of Frankie. A lot of my influence came from the first generation Frankie, obviously. I kept her green skin, because for some reason they decided to make her skin blue for the reboot. I gotta say, not a fan of that. I know there's a reason. I think the reason I found out was because Monster High is no longer working with Universal, and Universal technically has the rights to the depiction of Frankenstein they're referencing. And I think that's why they changed the skin tone, because of the movie rules. But I'm still a huge advocate for the green skin, so I'm keeping the green skin. I'm not giving Frankie blue. No, thank you. It's also the same thing because they decided to change a few other characters' skin colors along with that, but I'll get to that for the character that they also changed. But for now, Frankie. Kept her design very simple. I kept that kind of 2010 schoolgirl aesthetic that she really had with her outfits. I kept the plaid in. She was just the most simplest design so far. I kind of don't hate it. I wish I kind of added a few more fabrics onto her skirt of her pinafore dress that I gave her. Or them. Crap. But yeah, I really kept a lot of those details for Frankie kind of making their own outfit. Making it themselves, sewing it. Frankie's really into sewing, so I added a bunch of stitches and stuff. I made the shirt asymmetrical, since in a lot of Frankie's designs they have asymmetrical designs. So I made one of the sleeves longer and one of them attached with a kind of stitching. I thought that was pretty cool. I kept the prosthetic leg from Generation 3 because I thought that was pretty cool too, so I kept it. And I kept the part where it looked like she wrote on her own leg. But yeah, other than that, Frankie's is the most simple design. I really liked the shoes from Generation 1, the Wave 2 doll, I think it was from. I kept the shoes heel for that design, and I changed the colors a little bit to make it look like they stitched the shoes together. And then I also changed Frankie's hair, because I didn't like the hair they chose for Generation 3, because I thought it was stepping on Venus's toes a bit, because it's very similar to how Venus has her hair. So instead I changed it that Frankie has a side-swept bang with the lightning bolt, since that's also Frankie's thing. But yeah, other than that, very simple design, very nice start to the whole challenge. I kind of like how she looks. Not my favorite out of the designs of the bunch, but not bad either. And with that being said, time to go on to Dracula. And we're on to number 2, being Dracula. And if you couldn't tell from the sketch, you're gonna tell from the final product of her, because she's my favorite character, and it really comes out in her design. I think I went a lot more ham with Dracula than I did Frankie, and I feel kind of a little bad for it too, because Frankie isn't bad. I like Frankie, but Dracula. Now, onto the actual design of Dracula before I go on a full rant about her. Dracula, they did the weirdest change with Dracula for the new generation. They made it that she was a vampire learning witchcraft, and apparently that's a taboo thing, even though in the original web series and also in the Monster High line there were characters that were witches and everyone was okay with it. I don't understand it, but either way, In my humble opinion, I think for the new live-action movie, Dracula has the most boring live-action design. I don't care for it at all. It's really boring considering what Dracula's influences are. I just didn't like it. So I did a big overhaul. First, the split hair. I decided to keep it despite the split hair not being my favorite of the design, but I kept it and then I added pigtails to it to not only make it more Lolita inspired, which is one of Dracula's inspired aesthetics for her doll, Lolita and Victorian designs. I gave her pigtails to bring back her original pigtails from Generation 1, and as well as to kind of add on to the split hair, because I think split hair with long straight hair, it doesn't look good to me. I like the nice fluffy poof that Dracula's hair has a lot of the times when her hair is down. So I gave her the poof. I gave her back her poof. Another thing I did along with it, when I was doing research for Dracula, looking at all of her doll designs, I had an epiphany. Because when I saw the Sweet Screams doll, I looked at it and realized they gave her heart eyes for the doll. And I thought, give her heart eyes. Do it! So I gave her heart eyes, because Dracula's whole thing is hearts. Her whole thing in one of the movies is that Valentine's Day was made for her. I gave her heart eyes. The best design choice I ever did. That's it. The heart eyes. They look amazing. I love that I saw that. But yeah, wonderful doll. Thank you for the influence. Yeah, back to the regular design. I changed that. I kept the fact that she had a dress for the Generation 3, but I went back and I divided the colors. I added a bit of floof, gave her a little bit of a underskirt with some heart cutouts alongside of it. I gave her some poof. I gave her this top that looks like a corset with a bit of frills a little bit on it. I redesigned her boots from the original Gen 1 doll. Simplified it because I'm terrible at drawing shoes, and also because, I don't know, I think a lot of these shoes are so complicated and I can't keep up with them, so I simplified it to keep the design a bit cleaner. But I also added a heart on the top of the shoe, as well as I made the buckles a lot cleaner. But other than that, I absolutely adore Dracula. I kept her original earrings because those were really cool as well. I tried to make her model, when I was drawing her base, a bit thicker because the new doll makes Dracula's thighs a bit big, you know, a bit nice of a, yeah, they make her thighs bigger, they give her more of a silhouette, so I tried embodying that. I don't know how well I did, you can't really tell because she's wearing a skirt. But yeah, I gave her a little bit of a bat design on her dress. They had spider webs on her hat for the Gen 3 cartoon, but I didn't like the spider motif. I kept the bats. But other than that, definitely think the Lolita and the Victorian aesthetics are more embodied in this design than it was for Gen 3. And out of this one, I used nothing from Gen 2 at all. We don't talk about Gen 2 Dracula in this house. No thank you. But other than that, I'm very happy with how this design came out. She turned out so cute and I absolutely adore her. I love the little gloves that I gave her because I think she needed something else. But yeah, other than that, now we're on to Claudine. So one of the gripes that I have with Claudine's new Generation 3 design is that instead of making her a lot more fierce like she is in her original doll, and I guess a little bit of her Generation 2 doll, they instead went in a completely different direction by giving her glasses and overalls. Now keep in mind, Claudine, the daughter of a werewolf, she's depicted as the one who wants to be a fashion designer, so her fashion sense is all over that. She has a lot of animal prints, coats, she has these really cool designs that just aren't overalls. Why did they give her overalls? I'm still mind-boggled about that. Out of all the characters to give overalls, they gave it to Claudine. And the glasses, not gonna lie, it's not a look. I do like how they gave her a more dog-like nose for her new doll. I couldn't really draw it because I couldn't find a way to draw it that would look cute. I'm probably gonna try testing that out again if I try to redraw Claudine again. But in the future, I definitely want to incorporate that more werewolf-like nose. But other than that, I really based her designs off her Generation 1 with a little bit of a mix with Generation 3. Mainly for the fact that I didn't give Claudine a jacket. She doesn't have a jacket in Gen 3. Instead, what I did is I based it more off of kind of this fierce look that she could wear while being more athletic, because Claudine is one of those athletic characters. I think she, in the original series, was either on the basketball team or the cheerleading team. I don't remember which one. But either way, Claudine is one of the athletic characters. So what I did after kind of fixing up her hair a little bit to make it a bit more flowy, but also a bit more styled, because what they did, they gave her like a similar hairstyle to Gen 1 Frankie. I don't know why. They also added this washed out purple to her hair. Hated that. But, back to the outfit. I'm not really a fashion expert myself, so I did my best to incorporate what I thought was a fashionable, cool looking outfit. I gave her this kind of clawed up long sleeve shirt with a choker attached to a necklace that she has in her Gen 1 design. I gave her this animal print corset top. She's showing a little bit of tummy, but I think it's fine. It's just a bit of tummy. I don't think anyone needs to go crazy over it, but I bet some parents would. But that's fine. That's fine. But yeah, I gave her the corset top. I have a few bangles on her wrist. I gave her some pants. I think she's the only one in this design wearing actual pants, compared to the other designs that I did. But I gave her ripped up pants with a fishnet underneath it to give it more of a texture underneath the rips. I gave her chains attached to her belt with a moon kind of I don't know what the word for it is, medallion. There's that. I just really wanted to go into cool fashion, something that would fit Claudine more than overalls, because Claudine is basically the cool big sister of the group. I don't know why overalls. But yeah, I was gonna give her some silver accents, but then I realized she's a werewolf. Werewolves and silver don't mix, so don't give her silver. So I kept the gold. And then for her boots, her boots are my favorite part of the design, because with Draculaura's hard eyes, I gave another epiphany to myself when I realized I can give her animal feet boots. I can give her paw boots. She can have peats underneath the boots. You can't see the under of the boots, but just imagine that she has peats underneath there, okay? She got like the toe beam decal. Either way, I gave her animal feet boots because I thought it was really cool and I really liked it. I adore it. Now I want those boots, but I digress. But yeah, other than that, I really wanted Claudine to look really cool, like someone who's a fashionista and is with the latest styles. But yeah, I don't know how well I embodied that, but I think her design turned out really cool. And with that, I think we're on to our final design for Laguna Blue. So if I had to rank all of the new Gen 3 designs from okay to disaster, I think it would go from Frankie, Draculaura, Claudine, Laguna. Ironically, I just realized I named them in the order that I did these characters. But other than that, Laguna's is definitely the most wide design of the bunch. First off, they changed Laguna, her origins, so she's no longer from Australia, which is a weird thing. I don't know what they did with her, but basically for Laguna's Gen 3 design, she looks like an e-girl. I'm sorry, but I'm not wrong. She looks like an e-girl with how they did her outfit and her hair, and why is she pink? hello? She's Laguna blue, not Laguna pink. But yeah, they made her pink, and she's one of the characters that they swapped her color palette, which is weird because Dracula's skin is pink, so why would they give Laguna pink skin? They also switched Gulia's, but I'm not doing Gulia in this redesign, so yeah, but Laguna's design, I had to fix it. I had to do something else. So, I gave her a ponytail, mainly because I already had a lot of characters with long flowing hair. I wanted Laguna's hair to stay curly because they made it also straighter, which I did not like because she has beautiful curly hair. I love her floofy hair. Kept her curly hair, put it in a ponytail because she's athletic and on the swim team. I had a lot of fun doing her hair. It was so much fun coloring her hair. You're gonna see in a second. I went ham on that. I added so much stuff to that. I kept her wonderful fish eyes. This might be a weird detail, but I love how big and I love how big her eyes are for all of her designs. Like, she has these wonderful fish eyes that actually look adorable. But when I was sketching it, it looked terrifying until I added the shine, because when they don't have the shine, they look like dead fish eyes, and I got scared for a second. But I fixed it, and I love how just so cute her big old fish eyes are. But yeah, as you could tell, most of the time I spent on this drawing was in her hair. I had so much fun with her hair. I spent so much time on it. I was going ham. But yeah, most of the design literally went into her hair, and I don't regret it because it turned out amazing. But yeah, onto her actual clothes. I definitely wanted to keep more of that athletic look that Laguna's always had in all of her designs, with the jacket, the swimsuit underneath, and the shorts, and shut up my phone. But yeah, in her Generation 2, she kept the same kind of style, but they changed her color palette to darker colors, which were okay, but not my favorite. I definitely liked her original, kind of focusing on blue with accents of pink, so I focused more on that. I gave her accents of pink and a turquoise blue. I also gave her kind of more of this, I wanted to go for more of like a boho chic kind of style. I did a lot of references. I found a lot like this kind of looser but sporty top to give her. I kept her shorts and the fishnets underneath the shorts. I gave her more of these like flip-flop kind of sandal heel thingies. I don't know what to call them, but I thought they looked kind of cool. As well as more sporty for her to swim in the water with. I don't know why she's swimming in the water with shoes, but go off, I guess. I kept her jewelry, like seashells, conches, and pearls. So those were a lot of fun to work with. I really liked the pearls. I had like a pearl chain attached to her top. I gave her like this kind of like fish scale design on her top and her shorts that I think kind of gave her the texture that she needed. And then my favorite part, I gave her a transparent jacket because I could, and I really wanted some aspect of sheer fabric on her design. But yeah, I don't know why in Laguna's Gen 3 she has transparent feet, but instead I gave her kind of a blue highlight on her feet near her scales because I don't know why they made it transparent. She's a fish, not a ghost, but okay. But yeah, I gave her this see-through jacket that has kind of a bit of the colors that she already has on her. I don't know why, but I had the idea that she could use this jacket to kind of just like give to other people who are drowning because she's the swim captain, and I think in a number of episodes like someone's almost drowned and she's always jumped in to save them. But yeah, other than that, she turned out super cute, and let's see how all the ghouls turned out together.